What's going on? Oh no 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 no. No 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 no. I wonder what's going on. Wonder what's happening to the markets. Yeah yeah. Da na 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 na. Mm 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 mm. Mm 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 mm. Mm 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 mm. What am I doing? 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 What am I I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. I'm acting like a fool. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in here to see. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, to another stream? I don't know what I'm doing here, even though it is not. It wasn't. You might be thinking that I'm something. I don't know. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be spitting so fast like that. They're gonna be the one that's talking so fast. I got issues. All right, let me be serious right now for a second. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about, but this is a short stream. Flying of all trades. This is a short stream. Flying of all trades. This is a short stream. We're lying of all trades. This is a short stream. We're lying of all trades. Welcome to the Lions Den. Yeah. Oh god. All right. Okay. All right. What is going on? this is a short stream. But you're showing line of all trades, line of all trades. Here in the lines then, chilling, relaxing on a day off, without the madness from the markets and all the stocks that we talk about here. I hope you had a nice day off today, but if you was working today, I don't know what to tell you, but I hope you had a good day and a good shift while you're working on the day off, like other people. Can't freestyle for nothing. I'm talking and I'm yapping. Say something. Hello there. Say something. Look at Bitcoin, still weak now. Looks like it won't go up anytime soon. Looks like it won't go anytime soon to the moon. I don't know about Bitcoin, what about the others? What about the others like Algo and XRP, XLM, XEC, IOTA, and the other ones that you know of? H-bar, look at that now. GameStop, Coin, it looks like it's going down. Back down, yeah. Back down, yeah. Back down now, back down now. What is going on with GameStop? GameStop. It looks like the coin is coming back down now. Roll it, going down, going down, going down. Just know that this video is probably going to be a random one. Just know that this is for educational, research, and entertainment purposes. Mostly entertainment, so nothing serious. Well, there is things that are happening that are serious. But as you know, yesterday was FOMC meeting, and they didn't change the rate. It's still the same now, 4.5. 4.5. Was it 4.50 basis points? 4.25 to 4.50. You could take a look at the calendar real quick, and you can see here that the interest rate still stayed at 4.5%. I wonder when it's the next one. I'm not too sure if it's July. I gotta find out. There's nothing for today. Tomorrow there's nothing much but Philly Fed employment, new orders, prices paid, Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index, CD leading index month over month, Baker Hughes oil rig count, Baker Hughes total rigs count. U.S. total rigs refer to the number of active U.S. rigs drilling in a given week. Okay. And then Baker Hughes oil rig count is U.S. crude oil rigs refer to the number of active U.S. rigs drilling for oil in a given week. And then you have the Fed balance sheet. So the central bank balance sheet represents the total assets held by a central bank. It reflects the scale of monetary policy actions, including holdings like government securities, Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Fix volume, por favor. Is that better? Is that better? It's a poquito now? What's up, Kana? Yeah, no problem. I got you. This might be important tomorrow. I don't think it would affect the market in general, but what I was just looking at was here at one grass ass the nada. How's it? How are you guys doing? How was your day off if you didn't have any work today? So I was going over here Baker Hughes oil rig count, which is U.S. crude oil rigs refer to the number of active U.S. rigs drilling for oil in a given week. And then the total rigs count. So this is a U.S. total rigs refer to the number of active U.S. rigs drilling in a given week. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, what up, Eric? Um, Baker Hughes. I got Baker Hughes. So that's the only thing that's gonna happen tomorrow. We're gonna count how many rigs are drill, baby drill. What about next week? Let me see what's going on for next week. If I can actually see that. Does it show me? How do I switch? It doesn't let me switch for next week. How do I do that? Oh, here. Duh. Oh my god. Building permits final. New home sales. New home sales next Wednesday. Core PCE prices quarter over quarter Thursday. GDP. Oh, GDP growth rate next Thursday. Okay. Oh my gosh. Honey's been really vocal today. Really, really vocal. Yeah, he wants to come out and hang out with my mom and my sister. Oh, so I don't know if you guys seen on the Discord, but there's a lot going on now, and now it's in the news for Bloomberg crypto. Banks to consider joint stablecoin among groups considering J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, and Wells Fargo. The next chapter will begin soon. So here's the video. Let me see if I can actually play this here.
Particularly Circle, just flying since its IPO. You run an investment bank. I'm sure you have thoughts about how that should have been priced ultimately. And you have companies like JP Morgan saying that they're going to get in a bigger way. Amazon, Walmart. Do you think something fundamental is going to change about the financial system now that that bill has crossed the Senate?
Listen, we set up Galaxy 2017 with the idea that institutions would finally come to the market, and they're here. And it's a really exciting time. We're going to get the stablecoin bill and then hopefully a market structure bill. And it's going to bring in TradeFi into this technology. We're going to see tokenized equities. We're going to see perpetual futures, which is a crypto idea, be brought into the U.S., both for crypto and for non-crypto. It's a different way of looking at derivatives. And so I think Like what I'm thinking from our firm's perspective is we're going to partner with people, we're going to have white label solutions for people, and we're going to have our own solutions for our customers. That every crypto company is now thinking, how do we go to this next chapter?
Oh my god, how are you gonna get next to this new chapter? How is that even possible?
So yeah, so what they're referring to, I think it's, let's see. Oh, so this is apparently what's probably gonna happen here. As I'm reading this post from Ariel, as he says, you know what, and this is just speculation, of course. It's funny that these are the same banks that were tapped to handle the foreign currency exchanges years ago. What are we looking for at this point? Well, as one of my followers, Richie Rich, put it, Basel III, which is the end game, on July 1st. Then Trump's tariffs end July 9th. Then ISO 20022, July 14th. Also, the FedWire, as you noticed, as I showed you on Discord, they posted this June 12th. And it says here the FedWire funds service migration is coming soon. Use these resources to help make sure your financial institution is ready. So then it says here, countdown to ISO 20022, July 14. Are you ready? And it says here, FedWire, wired to deliver the Federal Reserve Financial Services. What's up, Two Wheel Pursuits? How was your Thursday? If you were off today, then hopefully you had a good day off. If not, then hopefully you had a good shift. Let's see. So we're not too sure, but I mean it's being posted by the Federal Reserve Financial Services itself. So what I want to do is ask ChatGPT. Are we truly ready? If so, what steps do we need to take to prepare now? What coins will be involved in and worth investing into? Let me see what happens here. So I asked a question, and you already heard me say it, but are we truly ready? If so, what steps do we need to take to prepare now? What coins will be involved and worth investing into? Not financial advice, by the way. So I guess we're doing our research together and learning as we go. So, and I like to pretty much use ChatGPT as a backup, even though at times it can make mistakes. So just remember that. And also, we can make mistakes too. It's part of life. As long as you have the right source and the right information that could lead you into a better future, financially and all the rest. So it says here, great question. The transition to ISO 20022, especially with the FedWire system going live on July 14th, is a major milestone for the global financial system. This change affects how financial institutions communicate payment messages, making them richer in data, faster, and more interoperable across borders. So what is ISO 20022? I'm sure that, all of you have, in a way, researched about this and what this is. But this is a global standard for financial messaging. It replaces older legacy formats like Swift MT with a much more structured, data-rich XML format. It's already been adopted by many central banks and systems like Swift, Target 2, CHAPS, and soon Fedwire in the US. Why is this so important? So this move enables faster cross-border payments, and we've heard of that term before, and a specific stable coin, or you want to call it stable coin? No, what am I talking about? I mean a token coin that is going to be used for cross-border payments. Also, increased transparency and security, automation of compliance, for example, AML, KYC, know your customer, and better integration for digital assets and CBDCs. How to prepare individuals and investors for institutions. For institutions, they'd have to upgrade their infrastructure to support ISO 20022 XML formats, test compatibility with Fedwire and Swift, train teams on enriched data handling, and coordinate with partners and liquidity providers. For retail investors, focus on digital assets/cryptos and blockchain networks already aligned with ISO 20022 because they may benefit from institutional adoption. And this is what Two Wheel Pursuits just said here on the chat here. Institutional money migrating into Bitcoin derivative companies. So we're gonna actually look into that as well. So this is actually going to give us a list of coins. And what do you know? The first one on the list, aligned with ISO 20022, that are worth monitoring. And of course, again, do your own research. And you're your own decision maker of what you do with your money and your investments. As long as you know the information and you know your source and you know that this is indeed going to happen, that can further build your future a lot more brighter and more wealthier. So the first one on the list is XRP, Ripple, and it's designed for institutional cross-border payments and a member of ISO 20022 standard body. Then you have XLM, Stellar Lumens, which is focused on remittances and tokenized assets, also ISO 20022 aligned. XDC, part of the XDC network, which is a hybrid blockchain for trade finance, already ISO 20022 compliant. Algo, under the Algorand network, partnered with central banks, for example, Marshall Islands CBDC, seen as ISO ready. IOTA, used in machine-to-machine payments, potentially ISO compatible. HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph, enterprise-focused, works with regulated sectors and may support ISO protocols. Quant Network, QNT, which integrates blockchains with legacy financial systems like Swift, pivotal in ISO migration. Flare, FLR, Flare Network, ERIC, Flare Network, smart contract platform connecting to XRP and others, a potential ISO relevance. So look at that. I was not expecting that one, but the Flare, woo, like Ric Flair, is on that list. Not financial advice. Take a look at Flare on the daily chart. See how that looks like. It looks like it has reached another bottom here back in the beginning of April, and it took a bounce. And looks like it's been on a nice trend line to the upside, holding up here above just a couple of fractions away for $2. I mean, not $2, 2 cents. So, yeah. So the most promising here, ChatGPT states, is the first one being XRP, which is institutional focused. Then second on that list is XLM, which is remittance and DeFi friendly. And XDC, which is trade finance leader with enterprise adoption. Now, yes, sounds like XRP might be the one that becomes the CBDC. Now, here's a strategic timeline that ChatGPT gives us here. I believe it could be all speculation too. But from tomorrow to July 5th, it tells us to monitor FedWire and Swift migration updates. Then it wants to watch for central banks, including the BIS, the IMF, and the CBI. And then from July 5th to the 14th, expect increased volatility in ISO aligned coins. So it's calling for some volatile moves in these coins, and the list of coins that we just read. And look for sudden partnerships, test transactions, or data layer upgrades. And then post July 14th or after July 14th, there'll be possible ramp up in institutional use of ISO compliant digital assets and increased attention to CBDC testbeds and cross-border remittance rails. So the final notes for this is that ISO 20022 isn't a quote crypto event alone, but it sets the rails for crypto and CBDCs to coexist and integrate into banking and finance. Coins with real-world utility, enterprise use, and interoperability will benefit most. And treat this as infrastructure investment, not just speculation. Not financial advice. So that was an interesting read there in the conversation by ChatGPT. Let's see where XRP is at right now. Currently sitting and consolidating. That looks like one big bull flag. Do you agree? Looks a little, yeah. It does. Does look like a pennant forming. Even especially on the weekly here, you notice that there is for sure a pennant forming there. So all of that leading to exactly where my cursor is at, right on the week of the 14th of July, is where theoretically this the end of this triangle is at, or the pennant. Where who knows? Maybe this is where XRP will come out and start to maybe break out to the moon. Could it be? I don't know. What do you think? What's up, Chris? What do you think? Chris with a K is sounding alarms at Eric G. How's everything? How was your day? Wait, did you have a day off today, Chris? Hmm. Look at that. XTC at almost 6 cents, but looks a bit bearish here on the weekly. But it is holding up a little bit here on the daily. XCN is kind of holding the same pattern as XTC and XLM, and I think XRP as well. No, actually XRP looks more defined as a pennant. But XCN here, yeah, that looks, yeah. Then the other coin that they were talking about. Oh yikes! SPX 6900 is coming down pretty hard. Mamma mia. Then there was Quant, which is at 97.41. Quant. Then you have H bar at almost 15 cents, which also does look like it's following the same algo as XRP, XLM, XCC, XEN. Where is IOTA? Is IOTA here? Let me see. I don't have that in the list. Interesting. Let me see. IOTA. IOTA. The IOTA of IOTA is actually at 16.5 cents too. Interesting. I should put like a separate category here, so I won't get lost. X-Force. You have IOTA. Say word. IOTA at 16.5 cents. But yeah, just look at the way the daily looks. Quant looks like it could pull back some more. Probably back to like 90 bucks. Looks a bit bearish here. If you look at ETH, probably following Bitcoin at the same time. Let me see. Oh shit, I didn't even know I had this this death emoji in there. Oh. What's funny is that it looks like Bitcoin was more dominant in its daily chart than Ethereum. You can see it there on that trend line. The trend line looks a lot longer down than it does for Bitcoin. So this one is actually, Ethereum is actually topping out here, and it has crossed below the 50-day period SMA on the RSI. So and then they had a rejection here too, so it is kind of holding right below there. Let's see how it looks like on the 4-hour chart. Let's see, maybe you could tell something different here. There's a slight trend line that's an uptrend on this trend line, which could hold up a little bit there. But I still think that it's regardless, I think it would move with Bitcoin here. If it starts to recover back up, Ethereum would follow. But I wonder what will cause Ethereum to explode out of nowhere and not follow Bitcoin. Hmm. Yeah, that's why I compared. That's why I compared the two with from each other. And then if you see the weekly chart, you could see like it had such a resistance here, and then it hasn't come up ever since. So it's like it's going lower and lower. What if it goes lower to like maybe the 1600 and so, and we test these levels here back from uh, from October 2023, which is somewhere around either 1500 or 1600. I'm just gonna be making hypothetical prediction levels here. Yeah, but so what if that's the case? So we're gonna have to look at this very very carefully, and also track Bitcoin at the same time to see how these two move at the same time. For Bitcoin on the weekly, it was more of it going higher and higher and slightly higher, but still in a way topping out here and looking for a possible top reversal to try to come back down and perhaps break back below 100,000, in my opinion. You could see it's like more like a double top as well. So that could be a possibility if bearish. Or it could just hold and somewhat continue this this uptrend, and then all of a sudden, let's see. Let me see. Maybe if I do this, then that's like somewhat of an ascending triangle. Does that make sense? That looks like one heck of a. Looks like a one big ass triangle right there. But for now, I'm just using this. And if it does weaken, because the last 2 weeks have been a bit red, and it looks like it's also been kind of like topping out here and sloping down on the weekly. And my love, my love, my love, my love, my lovely lady love, check it out. It's going side. So you think it's going sideways for the next? Oh, for the last 6 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah, basically. So it's like the last 6 weeks, it hadn't been doing anything at all. But yeah, welcome back, Zoe. Good evening. How you doing, my love? How is everything? How is everything? How is everything? How is everything? But yeah, yeah, definitely the past. Wait, what are we doing here? Oh, here we go. So yeah, the past 6 weeks, as two-wheel pursuits I just talked about. It had 6 weeks to break out, 6 weeks to do something, and all it has been doing is actually getting weaker and weaker. So, how will it get to 120,000? How will it get to 120,000? Or will it actually fail? And on top of that, don't forget the fact that Bitcoin or crypto in general is tied to the financial market. So if Bitcoin goes down, I'm pretty sure the rest of the financial markets go down too. Unless you think it goes up because of what's happening on July 14. If it's definitely involved with what's gonna happen in July 14 and after, then yeah, that could definitely be um, what maybe sets off Bitcoin and head to new highs and even break beyond 120,000 per Bitcoin. So that would be very interesting to see. But in the state and the condition that the U.S. economy is in, uh, you know, for now we would have to see how things go. Because for now it looks like it's been pretty rough, and it's been consolidating and also getting a little bit weaker on the weekly. If you take a look at the daily here, it's trying to survive and it's trying to stay above and retest 105,000. If it can reach those levels again, then that could definitely rewrite a more bullish path and try to retest those highs beyond 110,000. If not, then we could just see this go back down under 100,000, along with ouch, ouch. Oh, my knee hurts. My knee hurts. Let's see. It's just been a long consolidation there. Speaking of World War III, I yeah, I found out earlier today what happened yesterday and how the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange was hit and was struck by a missile. Let me see. Bapa. Boop, boop. Oh, here. I'm not going to read the rest, but it said here that Iran blew a hole in the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, a direct missile strike, real damage, real injuries. But the wild part was that the markets rallied and that the Tel Aviv 35 or the Tel Aviv index for the stock exchange hit a 52-week high the same day. So I just thought that was actually pretty weird, because usually when there's situations like this, you would expect the stock exchange from that country to collapse, but instead it did the exact opposite. Yeah, because somehow they benefited from the rally that they supposedly caused. And yeah, you know exactly. I believe that too. Two-wheel pursuits. Oh, the tuna taste test. So apparently, all of the cans of American tuna and fish products were tested in a lab, and he goes over all the products that tested quote, high levels of mercury and arsenic. Quote, high levels of arsenic in all but one of the albacore tunas. So, I could post a link right here, and guys check it out. I can't play it because the fishes in the sea might come after me. Um, oh, you didn't see that. But yeah. Anyways, that's what I saw. That's what I see, and I don't understand why. So this guy from X Finance Bull, the ISO coins are bleeding, but this dip, apparently he says it's just a smoke screen, and then the list that was read on here by ChatGPT. Isn't it funny? I mean, look, the coins and tokens involved of the ISO 20022 was actually in this list too, except for Flare Network. Now that's what I was a bit confused about, but also intrigued at the same time, because the Flare token is in that list. So then here it says pretty much what it is, and which are compliant to ISO 20022. But again, if you're just basing off of the speculation here, I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know what I'm saying. But anyways, let's see what else is happening here. Let's look at futures real quick to see what's going on, because SPY actually gapped up when futures opened up about 4 hours ago, but it's still down negative 0.36%. So that leaves the SPY. Wow, so the SPY actually gapped down. What? Wait, does that make sense? Hold on. S&P 500 mini futures gapped up, but then for some reason it actually gapped down, because it was at a close of 597.44, and now it's at 593.92, down almost negative 0.60%, which means that SQQQ is up almost 1%, but gapped up and had reached a high of 2280, but now it's at 2271. If you guys are still looking at Schlumberger SLB, that's up 1.42%. Archer Aviation up 1.27%. Tesla is up slightly, not too much. Oh, you know what? You know what I noticed? Wolf speed is actually on the 24-hour markets. Oh wow. So two-wheel speed, did you notice that Wolf had been trading on the overnight trading session in Webull? Because it looks like it had another sell-off after overnight session trading started at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. 2 hours ago. It was at 87 and change, and it dropped all the way as low as 70 cents to then come back up to 77.90. Wow. Schlumberger. 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 Schlumberger? Really? I didn't even know that. I've been calling it Schlumberger the whole time. I've been calling it Schlumberger the whole time, man. That's crazy. Schlumberger. Schlumberger. But yeah, man. Wolf speed came down probably about negative 15%, and it's trying to recover now. I want some Schlumbergers. I'm gonna make a burger named Schlumberger with some shrooms. So what's happening? What's happening with Wolf speed? Here it took a bounce off 70 cents, trying to head back to 80. What do you think is happening here? What's the news? Is there any news? No news? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Yo, Eric, X was delisted.
What? They delisted it.
They delisted X. No, not Twitter. It's U.S. Steel.
That's crazy.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's something that had to do with the acquisition that they closed. United States Steel enters national security agreement. API Group to replace U.S. Steel in the S&P 400 at open on June 24th. What's up with that? You in at 82 cents? Shoot, I wish I was in at 70 cents. But yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, because of the acquisition, I think they're going to be changing. They might be changing the ticker symbol. Wolf speed. Oh, yeah, speaking of wolf speed, I actually did look at the short interest, the information on Fintel, and I have to verify that I'm a human and not AI, so should take a few seconds. Come on, you should know that I'm human already. Aged steak and freshest lobster. Well. So, Wolf Speed's short interest is at 73,195,736 shares. Short interest ratio now down to 3.41 days to cover. And short interest percentage of the float at 47.44%. 21 hours ago, At 4:54 in the morning, they reported no short shares available. So they ran out of shares to borrow. Interesting. No short shares available as of 21 hours ago. And I don't know if the cost to borrow is supposed to rise back up. I'm not too sure, but let me see something here. Let me look at chartexchange.com. Let me see something here. Oh, as of 12:31 in the morning on chartexchange.com, it reported no shares available with a fee of 35.96%. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, but as of now, there hasn't been any shares coming in. I mean, hasn't been any volume coming in so far, and only traded for tonight. Since overnight trading session opened was 106.54 thousand shares in volume. Ooh, you know what? Oh, damn. Well, I'm looking at the volume distribution here for the options statistics, and it showed that from Wednesday's close, that there were a lot more total volume in puts than in calls. So the amount of puts was at 104.15 thousand versus calls at 64.35K. So I wonder now that Wolf has bottomed out at 70 cents and coming back up, will they start to load up on the dollar strike calls, especially for the further expiration dates, like maybe July 18, which closed at 21 cents as of Wednesday? And there's a lot of open interest here for the $2 strike calls, but obviously they have to build up the gamma ramp too. And a lot more volume would have to come in theoretically to get this going. Oh, 224. Only 22 shares bought just a few seconds ago for 7790. Oh, another one here for 478 shares at the same price. Come on, hit the ask. Hit that ask. Stop playing around. Oh, what? What just happened? Did I actually just hit the alert or what? Yeah, it looks like more shares are being bought in as we speak. You're spreading fake news. Is that why it's going up right now? Yeah, we need more manipulation. Dun, dun, dun. Right. Hopefully it will go up so my wife will stop giving me a hard time for taking such a big risk. It is. But, you know, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that for sure. So I'm always hoping for the best for, uh, but for everybody. Nah, stop, Eric. I'm telling. I'ma tell. Ooh. Let's see. Let's check oil. Oh, let's check gold real quick. Gold is pulling back a little bit here. Silver's back down and pulling hard. Back down to 36.15. A few days ago it was at a high of 31. So imagine that. Oil right now is a bit low. Still trying to hold up a trend line here on the 5-minute, but underneath the 50 SMA here on the RSI, so it needs another bounce over 74 and try to start making back those highs. What else we got here? Mm-hmm. Be the YOLO types. The YOLO types. Yes, sir. The YOLO types. Whoa. Let me read this here. This is interesting. I mean, this is just for speculation purposes. Breaking. First, it was Israel and Iran trading missiles. Now it's 16 billion passwords leaked, and the largest breach in digital history. World population just over 8 billion. This isn't random. It's a trigger event. The current system is compromised, and the next one will be quantum secure, AI managed, and biometric by default. You're not watching a hack, you're watching the switch unfold in real time. The breach was never the threat, it was the excuse. Damn. Passwords leaving my memory as soon as I create them. Oh shoot. That's insane. Some people are calling it intentional. Hopefully they'll put some money in my bank. Seriously. Trying to stay up with everything and is making my head spin. Whoa. Oh boy. Eric G with the fuzzy peach 149. I mean, where are you picking? Where are you picking these peaches? Like they've been coming out a lot more ripe and juicy. A bit fuzzy, but it tickles, sometimes. But it tastes really sweet and juicy. Ah, damn, what? I finally tried Cat's Deli. And that's worth $27. What the heck is this? For $27, I'd rather get a lobster and steak than that. Oh. Oh, what is this? Bro, tell me that's not AI. Is it AI? What? Look at all of that started. Like, oh my god, what? Oh, that was like a few years ago. Oh, really? Damn, Eric. Goes to getting your bike, hermano. Oh my god. Thank you. That, that means a lot. Thank you, bro. And I appreciate all the support that you've given me, man. And this will help. This will help for sure. So thank you. And then hopefully soon in the future I can, could look forward to using that for more money making adventures. So that would be dope. Much love, bro. Thank you. Whoop whoop. I got a peach and a 10. And now I can get to buy 20 peaches. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yo le acabé de tirar alcohol a una daddy long legs, a una arañita de esa grande,
Oh
en la
shoot.
bañera dando vuelta. Yo le metí dos o tres buenos chantazos
Insulin.
pero no sé si se quedó.
What?
Ella debajo había
Oh, Black Rock last purchased Wolf at $3.02 for 1.7 million shares added on March 31st, 2025. Wait, did we go over the holders, the institutional holders? I think we had before. I think we had before.
en el cuarto maté yo una color
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I did. I did.
en la casa me iba a dar cosas porque
Yeah, BlackRock, as of filed on the 15th of May and effective March 31st. Oh, here it says the change was 2,589,765. So now they hold 12.23% of Wolfspeed at a total of 19,025,881 shares, while Vanguard holds 12.15%. And they had purchased about 2,989,503 shares, giving them a total now of 18,913,793 shares of Wolfspeed. Dang. That's a lot. Morgan Stanley had made a big purchase of 2,087,946, making them now a holder of 5,455,128 shares. Was there anything recent? Let's see. Chronological. What is this?
it was 100 and then
This
150.
is initial statement of beneficial ownership of securities. As of June 4th, this was 33,155 shares common stock. Oh, this is the ownership of shares that this guy owns. Okay. No, what did I do? Oh my God, no. Oh. Financials. Oh gosh. News. Let's see. Okay. This is current cash estimate. Oh, the company has 26.9 months of cash left based on quarterly cash burn of negative $142.1 million and estimated current cash of $1,271,800. Is that what it means? Or is that 1 billion? No, that's 1 billion. That's 1,271,800,000. I think that's how they count it. No. God, I can't do math. It says M right there, not B. No, that's billion. If it's 1271.8 M, that's considered 1,271,000,000 of cash. Right? I'm bugging. Look at Eric is doing all the summoning. What about Zelly? Where's Zelly doing the summoning here? What's the deal? What's the deal? Oh, Lion Group Holding. I remember this. It's my company from Hong Kong. Speaking of TP, Marin Software actually went up 69.41% yesterday. Yeah, so that's 1.2 billion. Woo. Yeah, it's Fishy. What up, Fishy? Oh, boo. Who's the wuss selling their shares for chump change? So dumb. How you been, Fishy? Let's go. How you doing, Fishy? Let's go. Fishy. Ooh. Yeah, let's look at Marin. Where's TP? Yo, get TP over here. Tag him on Discord. Let's get everybody in here. Right now. Right now. Let's get everybody in here right now. Yep. So Marin Software Incorporated here going up 69.41%. Like, oh my god. This is at a low of almost 90 cents and jumped as high as 166. If you've been following Marin Software, you know that TP had been talking about it for a while. Oh my god. You seen that? Oh, Marin software has no options. Say word. Say word. Really? I did not know that. 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 Let me take a look at the 4 hour real quick and see how this looking. Ooh, man, this had many spikes here in the past. Adrian Juarez. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? El señor Adrian Juarez. So yeah, man, it's got a couple of situations here where it ripped like crazy, like back in the beginning of May and the beginning of June, and then here it looks like it wants to go for another run here, continuing to tomorrow. So I wonder if Marin software has the capabilities of breaking over $2 here. And as you know here, the RSI on the 4 hour chart just breaking over the 50-day period SMA. So maybe there is more along the way. You know what I say? So that looks a bit promising there, in my opinion. And look, even the hourly shows, in my opinion, here too, that it's broken out of that downtrend. Here you can see the trend line coming down, and now this is breaking right over it. And it held pretty good here above the VWAP, and now attempting to possibly get that bounce back after market hours. I mean, into pre-market hours. So we'll take a look at that and see how that goes. Take a look at that right now. Take a look at that right now. Yeah. You got $595 in puts? Let's freaking go, fishy. Let's freaking go. Here, wolf speed is at 75 cents now, because some of these wusses want to continue to do what they do. Bitcoin, as we speak, Bitcoin here still consolidating throughout the rest of the day around the same price. But SPY, if you have been taking note of what happened during futures, so yeah, SPY is now currently at 594.17, and somewhat looking like a top reversal here. It could be that it's trying to fall below the VWAP and try to come back down to 593 to test new lows come this tomorrow pre-market. I would like for that to happen, and for Adrian to print his putas, his spy putas. Not financial advice. So we definitely want that to happen. Okay, so yeah, so we need that to happen, and we need that to happen tomorrow. Alright? If not, we probably want to see something crazy happen tomorrow, where, you know, things go crazy and all of that good stuff, and yada yada yada. As we speak right now, we got silver pulling back heavy, and just let me see something, because I know Two Wheel Pursuit said something about his silver. Oil could easily jump to 90. You unloaded 100 ounces of silver today, and then look what happened. You unloaded 100 ounces of silver, and now silver is dumping. Look at that. That's a big drop. Wow, what is happening? Let's take a look at a gold. Gold's coming down too, but silver is dropping a bit heavy. platinum, even platinum here is down negative 1.80%. It's palladium here following as well, and copper here, but silver, whoo, sweet baby Jesus. Let me see. The dollar index did gap down here. And Bitcoin somehow is also here losing strength as it did sell off the past 20 minutes or so and trying to retest maybe below 104,400. Yes, he got 36.20 per ounce. Oh shoot. Oh my god, look at that. They said he bought and then he said dump it. So now it's at 35.70 and falling down lower. I wonder why is that the case? Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back for a couple of minutes. I gotta use the bathroom. Sorry. Be right back. Oh snaps. My bad. I was in the baño. I was doing a little pipí. All right, guys. Yeah. So yeah, there's a bit of a pullback happening with precious metals as we speak. As you're seeing, silver uh, currently trying to pull back here. This was at a high of 37.31 a couple of days ago, and even platinum was on the rise, and now it's coming back down. What up, TP? Yo, what up, TP? What I do, man? What I do, man? What I do, man? Yeah, man. I was going over Marin. Because I saw it and I noticed Marin went up from like 83 cents all the way to as high as 166. And jumped and closed at 69.41%. I'm like, yo, like, what is this all about? Like, what's the news? And the last thing that happened with them back in June 12th was that Marin Software approves dissolution and liquidation plan. The company is negotiating here. Oh, I can't even see it because they want to be arseholes, and they want me to upgrade just to look at the frickin' news here when I can probably get it from somewhere else and suck my crack. So let me see if I can get it from here. Oh no, not here. I mean, they did receive a NASDAQ notification back in the 23rd of May regarding a late Form 10Q filing and continued listing. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's the reason why it jumped yesterday. Maybe they filed it right before they NASDAQ could put them on the chopping block and get chopped, from the NASDAQ. The 10K and the 10Q. And then here, April 10th, talks about how Marin Software announces plan of dissolution. So, the plan of dissolution and liquidation, subject to the approval of Marin Software stockholders. Wait, are you even holding this? Yeah, I'm transparent. I said beepy, not poo poo. But yeah, it's so following a thorough review of strategic alternatives, the board has determined that an orderly wind down of Marin Software's operations is in the best interest of stockholders. If the plan of dissolution is approved by stockholders, Marin intends to wind down and cease its remaining operations in an orderly manner. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that a bad thing? Wait, hold on, I'm confused. If the plan of dissolution is approved by stockholders, Marin intends to wind down and cease its remaining operations in an orderly manner, to delist its shares of common stock from NASDAQ, to satisfy or resolve its outstanding liabilities and obligations, to explore any further opportunities to dispose of some or all of its assets, and to distribute any available net proceeds to stockholders. Oh shoot. I guess that's what it means. So that's not a good thing. So a plan of dissolution and liquidation outlines the process by which a company officially ceases its operations and distributes its remaining assets. It details how the company will settle liabilities, sell assets, and distribute proceeds to stakeholders, essentially winding down the business and terminating its legal existence. Damn. So the plan begins with a formal resolution by the company's owners or board of directors to dissolve the business. Filing with the Secretary of State. The company files articles of dissolution with the relevant state agency, formally notifying the state of its intent to dissolve. Asset liquidation. The company will liquidate or sell its remaining assets, excluding those used as collateral for loans. Liability settlement. All outstanding liabilities, like including debts, taxes, and other obligations, must be settled. Asset distribution. So after settling liabilities, the remaining assets are distributed to the company's owners or shareholders according to the plan. And final legal notice. A final notice is sent to all relevant parties, including creditors and stakeholders, to finalize the process. For corporations, Form 966 must be filed with the IRS within 30 days of adopting the plan of dissolution. So the legal compliance ensures the company is dissolving in accordance with applicable laws and regulations. Orderly wind down. It provides a structured approach to winding down the business, minimizing potential legal issues and disputes. Transparency. The plan promotes transparency by clearly outlining the process to all stakeholders. And the plan is crucial for understanding the tax consequences of the dissolution and liquidation. Yikes. So then what was the latest here? What was the follow-up for this? Because I know I saw it here. I saw it here. So where is it? Torch. Oh, Rocket Labs had news today too? Damn. Okay. I thought I just saw it too. What? Hold on. I just saw it too. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, it says here. So they approve. Oh shoot. So it's been approved. Yep. Yeah. So they approved it. It says here they approved the plan of dissolution and liquidation, pending stockholder approval. So it just said it. That was for June 12th though. It's all saying is to see. Well, let's see. The way they set it up here, which is weird. Here on the 12th, 7 days ago, it says Marin Software approves dissolution and liquidation plan. I'm here trying to look at it. I'm trying to load it up. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yeah. So already happened. Because on June 11th, 8 days ago, they held a special meeting of stockholders where the voluntary dissolution and liquidation of the company were approved. And the meeting also granted the board discretionary authority to adjourn the meeting if necessary to solicit additional proxies. The company is exploring a potential transaction with a private equity firm to acquire its assets, which may delay the dissolution process, but there is no assurance of success. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, and that's what I'm. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird. Cause why would it pump over that news? That's what I don't get. This thing pumped over like almost 70%. Actually, technically, this thing pumped like over 80% in one day. So why else would that happen? Trade alert, sell advisory, forecast down 6% or more. This is a multi-day runner, one that you can just feel in your bones. It won't be a penny stock much longer. How else could this? I mean, it's weird because like they're like 66% bullish on this. Damn, it beats me, man. Yeah, I just saw that one right now. Wow, what a coincidence. You literally just talked about it and I just saw it. Oh. June 9th, they enter non-binding LOI with private equity firm. I mean, doesn't mean that it's going private though. I don't know. And look at the 69-minute chart. As a matter of fact, yo, let me look at the short interest on this. No, hold on. Nanovaricides, all up in your insides. Apparently, here on Fintel, it's showing that the short interest ratio is at 0.01 days to cover. And 22 hours ago, they reported that there were only 30,000 short shares available. Oh my god. Okay, this could mean something. This might not mean anything. But this is kind of like a big deal because I mean, take a look at yourself at the cost to borrow fee right now. For tomorrow. Woo! So Marin's cost to borrow fees is so expensive right now. Tomorrow's cost to borrow from start to max will be at 454.55%. And this jumped. This cost to borrow spiked like crazy from the 9th. Just 10 days ago, it was at 109 to like 113%. Then it spiked to 242 on the max, then dropped back to 109.95, then spiked back up to 253.88 to 438.12%, and now it's just sticking around 454 to 500%. Ah, dang. Oh my god. So if they run out of shares again, theoretically speaking, and they could be. I mean, that means that it does have the potential to become a multi-day runner. So they might try to go for it again tomorrow, and who knows? Maybe Marin can go as high as probably test $2 a share. You know how crazy that would be? Like for real, cause look at the setup here on the hourly, and $2 is not that far away. You know, on the hourly, you can see like if it bounces off the red line on the MACD, oh, I think most likely that would be the bullish case scenario, and then we would probably see this rip over 170 and maybe even $2 a share, in my opinion, not financial advice. That would be a nice scalp trade too. Nice little swing up, and then if it when it consolidates, then like you know what I mean. But did you get in? No, I didn't get in. I could. Well, I can't get in because it's not trading under overnight hours, so I can't really get in. But yeah, I definitely keep an eye on that too. I'm gonna add this to the watch list. And I have some alerts here set at 165 and $2. So oh, let me. You guys are talking about hymns. Well, first, wait, hold on, because I know you mentioned Rocket Labs, and that was up 5.41% as of yesterday. So this had been moving in range. It had been coming back from $25.29 and closed at 27.85. If you look at it on the hourly, you can see like how much this. You can see how much this company has grown in. Oh, since like last year. We're talking about since last year. Are you kidding me, man? Back in April of last year, when this stock was trading at like 350 to $4, and this thing rallying above $33 a share. Actually, to be exact, the 52-week high range of $33.34. And then it came down really, pretty hard for, the from January, from mid to end of January all the way to April of this year, to then bounce off from like 14 and change back to $32 a share, almost 33. Goodness gracious. But look how close it is to breaking over the 50-day period smooth moving average. It's faced a little bit of a. It was facing a little bit of a rejection here, but if it breaks over that yellow line, forget about it. Could go back to 30. Or reach this resistance level here somewhere around 32.50. It could be moving though, honestly. Let me see. Let me go take a look at Rocket Labs. Oh yeah, they do trade on the 24-hour market. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So it looks like it came back down a little bit and then bounced over. Let me see. Let me reset this chart here. Oh, so this is the wow. Okay, so look. All right, this was trading view. Let me show you on the 5-minute chart. This was trading view. It was at 27.81 when overnight market hours or 24-hour market opened. This thing bounced. This thing ripped up to like 28.88. consolidated, and now it's at 28.20. Trying to pull back below the VWAP and moving averages. So wow, that's insane. Insanity. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wah, 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 wah. It's a big bounce. Rocket Labs. Rocket Lamps. It's about to. Ooh. All right. By the way, two-wheel pursuits. Two-wheel pursuits. Just to touch back on Wolf. They tried it, but they couldn't hold it. So now Wolf is back at 78 cents. Still holding pretty tough there. So all the best. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's Friday. But yeah, man, as always, get some rest. Wish you the best tomorrow. TGIF. And yeah, man, let's get it. And thank you for coming through to the Lion's Den. It's always a pleasure, bro. Thank you. Wait until Neutron comes out. When Neutron launches, yeah. That could definitely be something hot and spicy. You're talking about hymns now afterwards. And let me tell you, hymns has been on a crazy ride. And let me tell you, since I want to say since 2 years ago, around October, the end of October, when it was trading at around $5, maybe $6, and grew over time. This nice uptrend on the daily, and a huge explosion here from January of this year, from when it was trading at $24, $25 to as high as $72.98 on a 52-week high. Then coming back down, and then you see this holding this uptrend on this trend line and bouncing back over and up back to as high as $65, where it pulls back, consolidates, and looks like it's slowly trying to come back up, which is pretty nice. You can see here it closed at $61.07, up 3%, 61.07 on the pre-market. Let me see how it looks like on the 24-hour markets. Shall you take a look and see? 61.07. Now it's at where? Also, it actually pulled back a little bit here to $60.70. So it's slightly down on the red. Could it pull back? Could it fall under $60 a share? Could $58 be the next support level for hymns? We will see. I was wondering what was the latest too. It looks like 2 days ago there were insiders that sold shares worth $1,021,845, according to a recent SEC filing. So Michael Chi, who was the chief commercial officer, on June 13th, he sold about 17,102 shares. Following the Form 4 filing, Chi has control of over a total of 278,654 Class A common shares of the company, with 278,654 shares held directly. So he probably just he sold at the top. He sold at the top and He's probably waiting for the next bottom. Who knows? Let me see. And you also talked about nanovaricides, NBC. Was this on the list? It's not? It is? No, it's not. Okay. That was not on the list. But it has bottomed out a couple of times here. Once happening here February, actually from January to the end of January to February, bottomed out from around $1, then going up as high as 155, then coming back down as low as 93 cents, and then it's been on a trend up where it reached as high as almost $2 here, $2, and then it came down pretty hard here to fall back to like 125. So I wonder if this is just coming back down a little bit. Let me see. Sweet. I'm in the money on my puts. Which puts? SPY? Are we talking about SPY puts? Or are you talking about hymns? Did you get into hymns? SPY right now currently is holding a bottom. And it's currently at 594.36. So the resistance would be somewhere around right off that VWAP. Is that the VWAP? No, that's not the VWAP. But 594.72 is the next resistance. So it needs to reject from here and fall back down to 593. He probably wanted to buy a yacht. 1 million is a drop in the bucket for them. Yeah, it is. Either he wanted a yacht or he wanted to buy another house. I called it out at 90 cents. It was with USAR. Right. USAR. I remember that. I remember when you talked about that one. U.S. Rare Earths. United States Rare Earths. Minerals. I think it has options. Yeah, it does. USAR has been in a swing too, because you could see here. You'd see it here. It jumped up back in March, all the way to as high as $20. Then came crashing down almost every day from the 17th of March, and as low as $5.56. Then on an uptrend here, bounced over and reached back up to like 1855. So that was like a 230% gain. Wait, USAR at 90 cents? Wait, when was this? The only low I see here is 556. So where is this 90 cents? Wait, is this the right ticker? Or are you talking about he's probably talking about options. Are you talking about 90 cents a contract? I need some more details. You had me confused at the stock being at 90 cents, but oh, you're talking about no, he's talking about SPY. He's talking about SPY. He got in at 90 cents a contract with his SPY puts. So it's probably going to be high, maybe double. And I don't know how many contracts he got. And GURE. Let me look at GURE for TP. Golf. Oh, golf. Is it the same golf that I'm thinking of? Oh wow, had a pop yesterday. Yeah, it took a big pop from 50 what 56 50 55 cents to as high as 83 cents. Hmm. This looks Yo, TP. Where'd you get Gulf Resources? Yeah, look at the 4-hour chart too. It's got a nice bounce to it too. Let me just check the This might be a different Gulf. It's a small float too. Dude, it's only like $10.81 million market cap. Shares float of 9.31 million shares. This is micro cap. Let me see. Gulf Resources is a holding company that engages in the manufacture of chemical products. It operates through the following segments of bromine, crude, salt, chemical products, and natural gas. It produces and trades bromine, crude salt, and natural gas. It manufactures and sells chemical products used in oil and gas field exploration, oil and gas distribution, and oil field drilling. The firm also supplies paper-making chemical agents, inorganic chemicals, and manufactures materials for human and animal antibiotics. What? The company was founded by Ming Yang on February 29, 1989 and headquartered in Shaoyang, China. So it's a Chinese company. Ming Yang, headquartered by Shaoyang, China. Shaoyang, CEO Xiaobing Liu. Oh, let me stop. Eat my pee-pee, Ling Ling. Bromine producer and distributor. So major business is the production of bromine and crude salt. 4 of our factories are currently in operation. Other 3 factories are awaiting approval from the government. We sell a substantial portion of our bromine and crude salt products to the industry customers located in Shandong province. Historically, we have also sold bromine products to our chemical subsidiary SYCI. Our chemical products subsidiary has traditionally supplied products for pharmaceuticals, oil and gas exploration, and paper-making industries throughout China. We were forced to close our chemical factories for environmental reasons and are now completing a new chemical factory. We are installing equipment and will begin test, trial, and then full production as soon as possible. Our natural gas and brine facilities in Dane County of the Sichuan province are also temporarily closed while the province completes its environmental plans. We have, and that's how the sentence ends. By we have. We have what? Damn, okay. Let me see something here. Oh, they don't even have information on this here. Let me look here. Oh, what am I doing? I am stupid. I'm stupid. I wrote golf in here instead of putting in gur. Gior. Supposed to be putting Gior on here. Cash position. Damn, they only got 7 million in cash. There's not too many holders in here at all. And it looks like they sold the last time on the filing here. Renaissance Technologies only hold 1.11% of the stock. The rest can go to retail if theoretically the rest can go to retail and they can hold the rest of the company's holdings at 99%. And the float and the outstanding shares at 13.35 million shares. You would need theoretically 13 million people to buy shares to blow this up and trade the float. Is that how it works? Mind you, the volume yesterday was 27.65, so that was pretty much two times the float. Oh, the cost to borrow is at over 100. Well, I mean, it could reach $1, but if you're in it for just a quick scalp, then I mean that's all it's good for. Although I did notice that natural gas is up over $4. You guys notice that? Natural gas is climbing. It was at 326 at last Wednesday. Now it's over 4. Natural gas. Natural gas. Natural gas. Because things are getting hot. Usually, I don't know. I don't know who was talking about that on the stream the other day, but we were pretty much talking about how the weather was going to be hot in the next couple of days. And next Tuesday, here in New York, it's gonna be at a high of 100 degrees, low 83. Can you believe that? That's for the start of summer. We're already getting like hot temperatures. What up, Lewis? What up, Lewis? What I do? My peeps. Ricky y Martin. Y'all remember to hit like, share, and subscribe to the Lion's Den. Let's see. Natural gas traded at a 10-week high early on Thursday with hot weather in big eastern markets boosting cooling demand, while inventories of the fuel last week rose at the lowest pace in 2 months. Gas for July delivery was seen up 1 cent to $4 per million British thermal units, the highest since April 3rd. The rise comes as the National Weather Service warns of extreme heat coming for the eastern markets that will boost air conditioning, raising demand for gas-fired electricity. By this weekend, a strengthening upper-level ridge of high pressure over the eastern United States will deliver the most oppressive heat of the season to date from the Central Plains and Midwest on east for just about everyone east of the Mississippi River this weekend and into next week. Extreme heat watches are already in place across much of the Midwest due to the likelihood of experiencing 105 to 110 degree heat indices this weekend, the agency said. In its weekly storage report issued on Wednesday, a day earlier than usual, due to the Juneteenth holiday, the Energy Information Administration reported U.S. inventories of the fuel rose by 95 billion cubic feet last week, near expectations, but the first time in 8 weeks injections have been below 100 billion cubic feet. Inventories totaled 2.8 trillion cubic feet, 6.1% above the 5-year average.
It looks like somebody is trying to tamper with the weather here and make things a lot hotter. Thought that maybe they're trying to raise up the prices of natural gas and make a lot of money off of it. I mean, what are the odds?
That'd be insane, right? Let's see. What is that one? Which is it? NOG? No, it wasn't NOG. MGY? Oil and Gas Corporation. Was it that one? No. What was it? Oh, shoot. I forgot which one it was. But it had something to do with natural gas. It had something to do with gas. Let me see. United States. Oh, it's this one. UNG. There's UNG, and then one that James is following, James Price. He's following Boyle. I know you guys heard about Boyle. And Boyle is set to also climb up at the same time, following the prices of natural gas. And Boyle's closed at 63.40. Let me see where Boyle is at right now. Boyle is up. Oh, shoot. Yo, guys, Boyle is up over 4.5%. Boyle just gapped up from 63.25 to 66.27. If James Price is in that, my goodness. My goodness. Let me hit James Price with a little screenshot there. Let me hit James Price with a little screenshot there. Let me see where did he here? Yeah, I'll tag him on here. There he is. So yeah, so now that weather is coming through this week into next week, we're gonna have to keep an eye on natural gas and Boyle. That's gonna be interesting. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Wait, what's the opposite of boil? Boil. You guys remember which one it was? Hold on, I think it was. Let me see. Pro shares. Ultra. Bloomberg. Oh, it was cold. It was cold. So this is the ProShares ultra short Bloomberg natural gas. So this is how it looks like. So right now this is getting shorted. And throughout the summertime, maybe you'll, you know, because cold, freeze, boil. I'm boiling up in this heat. Please save me. Oh, this summer's hot. Then when winter comes, and you'd be like, oh my god, I'm freezing. It's too cold in here. And then you buy calls and cold, because you're freezing your ass off. And then you buy boil, because you're boiling your ass off. I think that's what it means. I think it makes sense. Cold and boil. Engulf. All right, hold on. Gulf Resources, by the way, 0.27 days to cover. Yes, yesterday there was no more short shares available. They ran out of shares to short. And cost to borrow, as you said, it was at about 100%, 98.20%. Keep an eye. It might just break $1. Who knows? TMRC. Does that not exist? Oh, I guess not. A short stream sounds like what I had in the shower. Oh my god, I just got that. I take short stream showers all the time, every time I step into the bathtub. As a matter of fact, I do not need to turn on the shower because I can pretty much make my own shower without wasting any water. And all I need to do is raise it up and turn it on and feel the warmth of my short stream as I wash myself. And I think, wow, maybe GTII isn't a piece of shit company after all. If only Lucky could forgive me for that. He's looking at me down in shame, thinking, oh, William, when will you ever learn? The Bulls are not on ZJYL anymore. Oh my god. They discovered high levels of natural gas. Oh. Well, if that's the dude, if that's the case, then I think Gore, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. But I think that it wouldn't have a problem going up because of that, the price of natural gas. I mean, I don't know if that goes for like the rest of the global markets, you know, in terms of natural gas and rising. But shoot, I mean, if that's the case, then I mean, look at how it's. On the 15-minute chart, you had here a pre-market spike after 4 in the morning on Wednesday from like 56 cents all the way to as high as $1.09. So it did reach $1, but then it was a PND for a while, came back down to like 62 cents, then climbed up slowly here, building back up and buying back. Where here it's faced with this what do you call this? There's the VWAP here. I think that's the VWAP at 85 cents. So it's got to eventually break over the VWAP here. If it pulls back, then you'd probably be faced with a 73-cent support level, and then the next one being at 62 again. But the amount of market cap it has, which is very, very tiny. It's a micro cap of 10.81 million with 9.31 million shares. And the volume being at 27.65 million shares, so that's like 4 times the float. No, I mean that's 3 times the float. So if more people, tend to become more attractive of the stock and they start to pile in, because like we just saw, there was rarely any institutional holders for the company. So in theory, and in my opinion and not financial advice, retail could pretty much take hold of the rest of the company in holdings and own the rest of the float, pretty much bringing this up to new highs if they wanted to. Excuse me, if it was possible, of course. And yeah, and mind you, it did close up 35%. So you need to see if there are people gonna just scalp and take profit, or they're actually going to flip the dip and make it rip. 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 So nothing like brand new highs. So I'm gonna have that $1 alert, and then maybe 115 feels nice. So that's Gure. Now I don't know who trades the OTC. I don't know who trades the OTC market. I mean, I know. Wait, isn't G-Bucks part of the OTC? Hold on. Or G-Bucks is... Oh, G-Bucks is the OTC. G-Bucks is... I'm talking about Williams stocks. But I have one that I've been keeping an eye on for about a day, and I even read up to it. Railtown OTC. Just ask E. Martin to buy the float. It's pocket change for him. Right. Yo, that's our jam, yo. But let me show you, because I know that I know that Fishy mentioned USAR, and there's a company out here that I noticed that I had listed from the last time. Let me see if I go to. Let me go to ChatGPT real quick. Let me go to ChatGPT real quick, because I'm pretty sure this ticker had been on my conversations with ChatGPT before. Let me see. Okay, look right here. This was June 9th. This was June 9th Yeah, hold on. June 9th of what? Oh, wait. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Wait. Stargate Finance? Clover Finance. Oh, because I said latest news. So we're talking about uranium and rare earth elements. So energy fuels, you. So energy fuels, and look, it looks like it's wanting to come back up too. Ay, you. Let's look at it on the daily. They're much better. Daily, inverse head and shoulders, probably. 1, 2, 3, and then an uptrend here, and broke out of this downtrend. Okay. And let me keep reading this. Oh, so this was January 21st. This was January 21st when after the inauguration. I believe. Yeah, this was talking about energy fuels making significant strides in expanding its critical minerals portfolio. You had the Toliara project advancement on December 5th, 2024. Then and that was the initiative, the aim to enhance the production of titanium, zirconium, and rare earth elements. Then you had the acquisition of base resources on October 2nd, 2024. Uh, the strategic move is expected to transform the company into a global leader in rare earth elements, titanium, zirconium production, while maintaining its position as a leading U.S. uranium producer. So then, let me see. All right, then I asked, how would you do now under Trump's administration? Um, so it's supposed to benefit under his administration due to several supportive policies like the national security recognition in July 2019, which acknowledged that uranium imports pose a national security threat, leading to the establishment of the U.S. Nuclear Fuel Working Group to revitalize domestic uranium production. Then you have the Strategic Uranium Reserve in February 2020, which the administration proposed a 10-year, $1.5 billion plan to create a U.S. uranium reserve aiming to secure the nation's nuclear fuel supply chain. And then energy policy support, the President Trump's all of the above energy strategy, including to promote nuclear power, which is expected to increase uranium demand. So then what I asked ChatGPT here was which other stocks in this sector would also benefit under this administration. Thank you. So then it lists here the several stocks in the uranium and rare earth elements sector, as well as companies tied to U.S. energy independence and critical minerals that would benefit under Trump's administration. So they had the uranium stocks like CCJ, DNN, NXE, then rare earth and critical minerals stocks like MP Materials. And speaking of MP Materials, guys, I did notice that Zip Trader Charlie, he released a video earlier tonight, and he says MP is gonna go, and it's been climbing a lot, and you can see it right there on the list of rare earth minerals section here. This thing has been pumping. I appreciate those comments, guys, by the way. Much love to y'all. So thank you. And I like researching. I like doing homework. And I like that we all learn together and finding out what the next play is going to be with much true conviction, determination, and the willingness to make dinero. Even though it is difficult at times, you know, especially when there's a lot going on in other stocks. And, you know, it makes it hard to try to venture off to different positions, and you know we just gotta find ways to you know make that portfolio move higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. everyone making invest Everyone makes investing hard. It's not. Patience and accumulation is patience and accumulation. It is hard, but it's all about discipline. It's all about discipline. And then selling at the right time is the hardest too, because it's like, where is the top? I don't know where the top is, but then like, yeah, it's a whole psychological thing too, you know, with that. You gotta really know when you're at the right point of exiting a position, knowing that you were satisfied with your gains and you held for a long time. Flip and dip, make the rip. Flip the dip and make it rip. So that's definitely a great point. Like they say, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Woo! Spit them facts, guys. So yeah, I know Fishy have been talking about MP materials. If we go back to the Discord, let me see. MP. Let's see. Let me see when we started talking about MP materials. Oh. MP materials mentioned here back in December 28th of 2024. Let's jump to that date. Oh, Eric. This article here, and we were talking about X and Nippon Steel wanting to buy U.S. Steel. And then here in this article of Inside an American Rare Earth Boomtown, industrialists and researchers are plotting a new future for these critical materials. And MP materials was mentioned. But I think it was mentioned before that too, before that time. So December, maybe around the fall. So that means it was probably around this time here when Eric shared that information, that article, and MP Materials was at $16 a share. And I know that Fishy was talking about this before. So yeah, we want to say that between the range of 12 to 16 bucks, we knew MP Materials. And look how the heck it's grown. Especially now, whatever is going on. From 1864 to as high as 39.10, almost 40 bucks. That's crazy. To now, where? Where is MP Materials now? To 38.48. It was at 38.90 actually after the 24-hour markets opened. So it did try to go to 39 earlier. It did sell off, but then it bounced right back over. So it's trying. Nerds. So back to the list here. You had MP Materials, which operates the Mountain Pass mine in California, which is the only rare earth mining and processing site in the U.S. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the case later. There might be more, and likely to gain from government incentives to establish a domestic rare earth supply chain. And that's probably the reason why it's so big right now currently. Then you have Lynas Rare Earths, but that's based in Australia. But they do have a partnership with the U.S. And then this one, Texas Mineral Resources Corp., which is a OTC stock. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me read back to the chat. Hold on. Eric said Lions, then famous ticker ASST. It was talked about it here. We all talked about them acid and titties. Acid and titties. Assets, ASSET, and AND, and titties. ENTITTITTESSE. All right, YouTube. This is a PG stream. Okay. Acid and titties. Based on line of all trades is financial advice, but not really financial advice. Let's see what else. So what I wanted to talk about was this one, number 6, Texas Mineral Resource Corporation. Now, it is a OTC stock. So obviously you would have to have a brokerage that trades OTC, like Schwab, Thinkorswim, or E-Trade. I don't know. I think Fidelity too. So I actually looked at TMRC on the list here under rare earth minerals, and I noticed that it was up 12.93% yesterday. And so when I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute. What is this all about? So then I zoomed out of this chart, and I noticed TMRC has been pretty much trading solidly. Is that a word? Solidly? I can't even say it. It's a tongue twister. Solidly. Very solid. It looks like it's been growing pretty well. I must say, this is pretty huge. A huge gain. As TMRC have been hitting the bottom around 20 cents. Can you believe that? 20 cents a share for this company, and this was around November of last year. Never seen anything like that. Only in Texas, a big state, a huge state, a lot of resources, and I gotta say, it's been pretty a long time since this company has been trading. It's been at bigger highs, $2.40 back then in 2022. So I'm looking at it again and I'm thinking, So then I began to do some more research, and I wanted to, take a look at how it's doing. What's the short interest looking like? There's no basic stats for short interest. I'm quite surprised. Quite frankly, I look at the short shares available. There's only 700,000 as of a day ago. And the cost to borrow is not really, it's quite small. 9.35%. But I look at the chart and I'm like, well, it looks pretty promising. Especially when you look at it, you zoom in. Looks like it's going for another leg up here, probably climbing back to $1, maybe $1. And I think to myself, maybe I'm gonna build a position. Who knows?
Looks pretty interesting. What do you guys think about that? Not financial advice, of course. But it looks like it did break out of the downtrend that was occurring for a very long time. At the very top of that downtrend here, you got this stock at $4.70 back in February of 2021. And now breaking out of that downtrend here, way over that now. So I'm going to be taking a close look. I'm going to have some alerts set up for TMRC. Chris, as far as ASST, don't it just fall from the sky for all of you guys? Oh my god, what? It depends on how heavy the fall was and how big it is. So then I research here, Eric, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm here. This is not to sponsor the company or promote it or pump the stock or anything like that. I'm just here to research about it. All right, this is for educational purposes. So please do your own research. Not financial advice. All right. So let's see what this company is all about. Texas Mineral Resources Corp. Right. So this company is an exploration stage mining company with its flagship property called Round Top Mountain. Round Top Mountain near Sierra Blanca in Hudspeth County, Texas. The Texas Bureau of Economic Geology first recognized this unique geology of Round Top Mountain some 25 years ago, but few uses existed then for the rare earth elements found in the mountain. In the 21st century, hybrid and electric cars, wind power generators, the military, electronic, and optics, which include laser technology industries, created dramatic demand for rare earth elements, which are critical to the advancement of these and other high-tech fields. An example of the grave security importance of rare earth elements is the 920 pounds of rare earths used in each F-35 Joint Strike Fighter jet, assembled by Lockheed Martin in Fort Worth, Texas. So not that far away. The United States buys, get this, 75% of its rare earth elements from China. They get it from China. Can you believe that? Close to home, four rare earth elements are essential to the petroleum and refining industry. These are incorporated in the zeolite catalysts that make it possible to crack crude oil to create gasoline, diesel fuel, and a host of related hydrocarbon chemicals. Right? So zeolite is a group of crystal-like porous minerals made up of aluminum, silicon, and oxygen. All right. Just a quick little education there. So their Sierra Blanca deposit contains vast quantities of rare earths that they plan to mine, purify, and market. And their plan is to approach to this mining opportunity encompassing a 20-year mine life. Their mission to develop or import a skilled labor force inclusive of hiring veterans. Very nice. Veterans need to get back on the workforce. This can help them very much. The deposit is situated 3 miles from Interstate 10 and 3 miles from the railroad east of El Paso. The Texas General Land Office has been an ally and a promoter of their project, and they're currently holding 2 19-year renewable mining leases. TMR has purchased an additional 1,300 acres in the surrounding area and continues to pursue purchases of additional acreage. So this is going to be interesting here. Uh, let's see. Their mission statement here is that they believe that it is imperative to reestablish the United States as the leader in technology, production, and refining of the strategically vital heavy rare earth elements. They intend to be the secure supplier of these elements, which are the foundation of our defense and technological infrastructure. Their round top deposit is uniquely situated to fill this vital national need. They intend to produce a full range of high purity, heavy rare earth elements as well as a variety of associated high value byproducts. They plan to create shareholder value and community prosperity through the development of quality products at low cost while remaining committed to the principles of sustainable practices, ethical relationships, and integrity in all aspects of their business practices. So that's just their little tu sabes. Rare earth elements. So let's see. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Critical rare earth elements. Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Not financial advice. Okay, so it says here they believe that the Round Top project has the following competitive advantages: ease of access to infrastructure like electricity, highway, natural gas, rail, water, friendly resource development jurisdiction located entirely on state land, no BLM, no forest service. Oh shit. Extensive management experience, project development, metallurgy, mine production operation. All right. Anyways, so that was a little just researching on this. Overall, man, and I'm looking at it on the monthly chart, even though the bias does say bearish on top, but to me, it's literally on the brink of breaking. So if by next month this pushes up and breaks over this 50-day period SMA, then I think it goes even more bullish. In my opinion, of course, it could be wrong, but looking somewhere between this price level at 70 cents and maybe back up to $1, I'm gonna be closely watching this one. So, damn, it's already 12 midnight. So let me go ahead and let me look at that right now real quick. Let me see, because fishy here, GSAT. I remember, yeah, I can remember GSAT. Global Star. When are they supposed to work with like AT&T or something? I forgot. But this is the monthly. Oh, they had a. Bro, I didn't even know they had a reverse stock split. I forgot about that. That happened in February 11th of this year. A 1 for 15. Look at the up and down here. To the moon. Wow. Yeah. Global Star. It looks like it's definitely on an uptrend right there on the weekly. Wow. Nothing but green. Nothing but a majority of these daily candles on the green. And this was just below 17 bucks.
Not 1724 actually. Oh, here. Oh, but that was way before the split, so I guess the bottom was somewhere at 1724. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me see. Look at the 4-hour chart for GSAT. It overall looks pretty solid though. Looks like it could definitely push some more. Oh, MP Materials taking another down pullback there. Sheesh. To the moon. To the moon. And that was like moments. All right, I got you, man. Oh. All right. Wishing you all the best tomorrow, or today actually, since it's Friday. Chris with the K. Get some rest. Good luck tomorrow. Have a wonderful shift. If you pop in tomorrow, I'll be trading. I mean, not trading. I'll be streaming the market live. Take care of yourself, man. And much love. Have a great night, man. Thank you for always supporting. Appreciate you, man. The whale alert. The whale alert. Whale alert. The plug master. He is the plug master. He's gonna be plugging this back. All right. So with that being said, yo, everybody's getting sleepy. So we're gonna be ending this live stream in just a few moments. It is midnight over here. I do have to go back to work too at 9. So a slow work day. It shouldn't even be a work day at all. For real. Let me just make a couple of more looks over here and see what's going on. Let's see, what is Mara doing? Mara, oh lovely Mara is hanging at 1461. Bitcoin is actually weakening just a little tad bit. It looks like it wants to trade below the 50 and probably go for below the 200 moving average. And if that happens, whew, they will be bearish. And then all the Bitcoin miners will start moving down. GME for some reason is still consolidating overnight at 2350. 2350. So I don't know what's good with that. But I still think that it's following the market overall. So if SPY does continue to, I mean, it did, you know what? It did kind of fill this gap here. It's at 594.55, but now we have this gap that just printed like a while ago. So, yo, it made 2 gaps actually. What is this all about? I'm confused. 1 gap, 2 gaps? Oh, that's weird. Anyways, it looks like the gap here ended up here at 594.68, and it looks like it's coming down just a little tiny bit. And AMC AMC is somewhat still. Well, it's at 302 still. It did drop to 290, but then it got bought back up. So I don't know what's going on with AMC in general. I wish I knew what the case is, but anyways, yeah. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me see what's happening with finger. Dang. Finger motion needs some lotion. I'm still looking at you, finger. Still looking at you. It's definitely oversold on the RSI, on the daily. Precious metals. What is precious metals doing? It's consolidating at 35.79. Gold consolidating at 3,355. Let me look at AMC real quick. The daily. Wait, what the hell is this? When did I do this? Oh shoot. Look, what was supposed to be, or what was supposed to be a breakout out of this pennant literally went the opposite direction. You see this? That's funny as hell. It literally went the opposite direction. It went down on me. So just going back up. This was on June 7th, by the way. So it definitely didn't work in my favor, unfortunately. But it is somewhat trying to hold 3. But AMC has been really stagnant. Little bit of a poopy head, honestly. Yeah, that's what exactly looks like. It looks like a bear flag. Jeez, it's just been so bloody ever since the beginning of June. Where's OSS at? Oh, there it is. What? Bro, wasn't this like at $1 before? Yo, hold on, give me a second. OSS. Word. What? Look at this fishy. Fishy talking about OSS since August 27. Somewhere by the end of August of last year. OSS at that time was up 26% and locked in a deal with the government to produce a rugged satellite equipment. It was at $2.54 on that day. And now it closed up at $4.58. Where was August? Look at that. August? The end of August? Look at that. Compared to where it is now. And not only that, but look, we had a couple of swings there since that time. Yeah, boom, this thing went up to like 454, 455. Came back down to like under $2 and then went on an uptrend again. Went as high as 510, then sold all the way back down hard, back to as low as 182 maybe, and then just slowly started climbing back up greatly here, and reaching as high as 479. So this has been pretty much like a nice swing trade there, you know, like coming coming in at the bottom, getting out the top, getting back in the bottom with more, getting out at the top, coming back here in the bottom with even more. So 1 time more, 2 times, 3 times, boom. So what if that, I wonder what if the third time's a charm and it's solid. So we would have to see how that works out. If you look at it from the 4 hour, you can see it is overbought on the RSI, but it's trying to hold up over this 9 day period EMA. I believe that's it. That's what it is. Yeah, the 9 EMA. And the VWAP is just below the last candle, the 4 hour candle. On the weekly, OSS looks crazy on the weekly. Look at that. You have, since the beginning of April, and majority of the weeks from April 7th leading to now have all been green. So there's definitely some activity, some major activity and major moves here being made by OSS, in my opinion. I mean, take a look at the monthly too. Like, what a bounce off the monthly RSI. So you can tell something is brewing. Something is brewing. Which means the month of July needs to be a lot more dominant. And let's see what happens. But let's go ahead and end it off on that note. Alright, cause my legs are hurting right now. My thighs need some rest. I need some rubbing right now. So definitely, yeah, that definitely does look like a long play, to be honest. This is the 3 month, right? There's a 3 month right here. Looks like a W. Looks like a double bounce on the 3 months. I mean, 1 month. I mean, it looks. Just gotta see what happens. You gotta see if it breaks over $5. Looking for these levels to be broken over time. Word. So we'll definitely keep an eye on OSS for a little bit more. So again, yo, fishy with the call outs. For real. Fishy be having. Fishy be having the tickers, man. So I gotta give him all the credit and show some love. So thank you, Fishy, for that. And sharing it with everybody and sharing the wealth of knowledge about OSS. If we let me just go back to the dilution tracker and then go ahead and find out some information on dilutiontracker.com for OSS. We got a current cash estimate of $8.1 million. Let's see what we have here. Current outstanding shares at 21.59 million. And market cap at 94. Actually, market cap of 99.5 million. Let's look at the holders here. Linrock Lake with 2 million shares. The Vanguard holds 3.40% in holdings of OSS. Archon Capital Management, Pacific Ridge Capital Partners. So there's a long list of some institutions here. Not as big positions as we think, but you know, maybe somehow they'll start to build up. That's pretty cool. And then 8 days ago, OSS's Bresner receiving the 2024 EMEA Growth Partner of the Year award from Digi International. That's pretty cool. So let me just oh shoot. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and just end it on that note. Thank you to everybody. Lion's my mentor. We could all be mentors to each other. We all can learn something. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on tonight and making this possible and hanging out with me. And I was just looking toward all that information. And yeah, thank you to Eric, TP, Fishy, Two Wheel Pursuits, Chris with a K, Lewis, Adrian, Moisley, Matt, Zelly. Thank you for coming out too, of course. Much love to you, love you, and keep doing an amazing work, an amazing job. And I'll be streaming tomorrow morning, so I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for being here in the Lion's Den with yours truly, Lion of All Trades, and know that this was just for educational, research, and entertainment purposes. Anything and everything being said in here was just strictly in my opinion, everybody else's opinion, and not financial advice. You're your own decision maker of your money as long as you're trading safely, you're managing your risks, and you make sure that you do not take a poopy in the wrong toilet. And you make sure that you do not give them back a single penny, because that is all your money. I love y'all. And TGIF. Have a great night. Peace out. You heard? Say word. Good night, my peeps. Good night, my peeps. Love and respect is all we got every single day.